Okay, so we're going to start by lubricating some cotton embroidery floss. We're just going to practice today. So I like to use embroidery floss because it's cotton, it's biodegradable, and it's a really fun, forgiving cord to start with. It's easy, it's very, very cheap. You can pick it up anywhere. It's often at thrift shops, and it's really good to use. You can use, let's see, I don't know how many feet this is. I just picked out a scrap. I don't know, you could probably use like 6 feet and get away with it because we're only going to be stringing 27 beads today. That is 1/4 of a 108 bead mala. So 27 beads. I have already counted them out into this little bowl that you see here. And I'm using a beeswax. It's actually like a furniture polish. It's a beeswax based furniture polish. If you're vegan, you can use a carnauba wax based like chapstick, just a wax based something or other to lubricate your floss. You can also use like a candle that you've softened with a lighter. This is picture hanging wire. It comes in 6. It's like you can get it at the dollar store. It's like 6 strands of wire, very tiny strands that are twisted together. I am untwisting them and just using one piece of wire. I cut it up. It's probably like 6 inches long. I'm just untwisting it so that there's only one piece, and I'm going to use that one piece and I'm going to set the rest aside. So now I've got one. I'm straightening it out. You can't really see it. I'm sorry that it's really hard to see here. I'm going to straighten it out, and I folded it in half. You can kind of see it here. And now I'm going to take my embroidery floss and I'm going to put the ends together, and I'm going to match them, and then I'm going to tie a little knot on the end, make a nice thick knot so that my beads will not go past that knot, and I'm going to match it up all the way down toward the other end so that I have a nice loop. Make sure there's no knots on the way down, and then I'm going to thread that picture hanging wire through so that the 2 loops kind of catch on each other, and I've made a little impromptu beading needle, and then I'm just going to string my beads. Whoop, I dropped one. I've been doing this years, and I'm still going to make mistakes. I'm just measuring and recording here. You can measure your before strand, and then after you've knotted to see how much you've lost per number of knots, like how many inches you've lost per number of knots, to see how many, like if you like to do math. I like to do math. You may or may not like to do math. That'll give you an idea like how many inches you lose per knot, per number of knots. Here I'm leaving a tail of about 5 inches. Boop, 5 inches, right? So I've got a tail. There's still a knot on the end. I'm going to string 1 bead here. Oh my God, my marks did not work. Stringing 1 bead, and I'm going to tie a knot on the other side because this bead is going to be free floating on the end. So I'm tying an overhand knot, and I'm separating these 2 cords because it's doubled to tighten that knot. Now see, it's free floating on the end, and you're like, why is she doing that? It will all be revealed actually in the next video. In this one, we're not gonna bother right now. Now we're gonna slide the next bead down, and that's gonna help kind of cinch that knot tight. We're not pulling the knot tight to within an inch of its life. We don't need to do that. Don't do that. Okay, knot number 2. I promise the camera angle is gonna get a little bit better in a second. Basically, we're doing an overhand knot here, and then we're gonna pull on the string that the end of the string that comes out of the beads, and then we're gonna hold the second bead from the one that the string is coming out of, like supporting a baby's head, so that the weight of the beads don't pull that knot tight on you without you meaning it to. I'm zooming out here. Bear with me. I haven't made a video in a long time, okay? Again, we're going to pull that bead down to kind of push that knot where it needs to be. Bear with me. I promise this is going to get a little bit better because I'm going to find my groove. Going slow is hard for me because I've been doing this a long time. We're going to, I'm experimenting here because I'm like, ugh, how do I do this? Going slow is hard. Oof. I'm going to find my groove. So I had to experiment here too. Sometimes I go under, sometimes I go over, but basically I think about this as I'm putting 2 fingers in. I'm putting 2 fingers either above or below, and I'm making a 4. And then I'm pushing my fingers apart like a forked tongue, and then pulling the beaded side through. All right. Right now it looks very confusing. Just watch and try and absorb a little bit. Just watch and try and absorb a little bit. We're doing osmosis right now. Don't sweat it if it doesn't make sense quite yet. Cinch that bead. Don't pull that knot to within an inch of its life. It's not a big deal if you don't pull it all that tight. Pull it snug, but don't choke it. There you go. Now see, we got a good view here. So I'm going to lay my 2 fingers on top. Now I'm going to twist around. See how I make like a 4? Now I'm going to put the beads through and pull the tail through. Good. Now I'm going to hold onto the part of the thread that's coming out of the beads. See? I'm holding on to that part. It's coming out of the beads there. And then I'm going to pull the long tail so it cinches as close to the part that's coming out of the beads as possible. And then I'm supporting the baby's head, that second bead, so it doesn't pull that knot away from you. And I'm going to cinch the knot close. Then I'm going to lay the whole thing down on the table and separate those 2 to cinch that knot a little bit tighter. There you go. Now this is making more sense. Now pull that bead close. Good. Ready to do another? All right. Let's do it again. We're going to put our 2 fingers down. Sorry, I wanted to give you a nice close view, but I'm really bad at this. Let's try it again. 2 fingers down, twist, make that 4, right? 2 fingers down, twist, make a 4. Now dunk those beads through the hole, pull the tail through, grab the part of the cord that's coming through the bead holes, right? And then pull the tail. That's like hold on to the part that's coming through the bead, and then pull the tail so that it's pulling the slack out. There you go. And that's what's going to inch the knot as close as you get it, and then lay the whole thing down on the table before you cinch the knot close. There you go. Make sense? There you go. Next bead, pull it down. Use that to push the knot where you want it. Put it in position. There we go. 2 fingers. Now we're going to try it this way. You can pull it over. Ooh, I made a little triangle there. Once again, slam dunk. Bada bing, there's that 4. Now we're going to grab the part that's coming out of the bead holes. We're going to pull on the slack, cinching that knot up. We're going to support the baby's head as we cinch that knot down. And then we're going to lay the whole thing on the table so as not to, there we go. And then we're going to cinch the knot close. Did I move a bead down there, or did I do that twice? I don't even know. It doesn't matter, we're practicing. Here we go. Support the head, move that knot down. I guess I did, I don't know. Spread it, cinch it, boom. Next bead, move it down, get that knot in place. Now it's getting twisted, so you want to work out those twists. I like to hold it up and kind of worry the cord down so that the twists disappear as you're working. You do not want it to get all twisted as you work. You want to work out those twists as you're going along. Make that 4, 2 fingers down, over, there's your 4, slam dunk, fork it, hold it, pull the slack, hold the baby's head, cinch that knot up close, lay it down on the table, then cinch the knot tight, pull the next bead down to get that knot into position. Nice. And we're going to hold it up in the air to let the twists out. Don't want those twists in there as you work. We may need a little more room to knot. Those beads are inching down. There we go. Whoop, 2 fingers. Make the 4. Put the tail through the hole. Hold it where the cord's coming out of the beads. Hold the baby's head. Cinch that knot close as possible. There we go. Lay it down on the table. Divide it to get that knot snug. Nice. Now we move the bead to get that knot into position, the next bead. Let's do it again. 2 fingers. Make the 4. Slam dunk. Hold it in place. Pick up the slack. Hold the baby's head. Get that knot. Lay it down. Cinch the knot. Move the next bead down to put that knot right in place. Slam dunk. Cinch the knot. Hold the baby's head. Cinch it down. Divide. Cinch it tight. Untwist as you work. Untwist as you work. Pull the next bead down to put that knot into position. Now, untwist, untwist. You don't want to twist as you work. 2 fingers down. Make that 4. Slam dunk. Hold the cord where it comes out of the beads. Cinch it to tighten. Hold the baby's head. Lay it down. Divide and cinch. Pull the next bead down to get it into position. Next knot. Lay 2 fingers down. Create the 4. Slam dunk all the beads. Pull that tail through. Hold it where the cord comes out of your beads. Pull it through. Hold the baby's head. Tighten. Divide and conquer. Pull the next bead down to get that knot in position. Very nice, very nice. Untwist as you go. Untwist as you go. We're going to keep doing this until all 27 are on here. I'm not going to do a whole 108 bead mala because even that's a bit insane. Lay the 2 down, create a 4. Here you go, see the 4. We're going to slam dunk all those beads. Pull the tail through. The tail gets longer with every new bead. Pull, support the baby's head until that knot gets where you need it. Now lay it down. Divide and conquer. Good. Pull the next bead down to put that knot into position. Lay the fingers down, create the 4. Slam dunk, pull that tail through. Hold the cord where it comes out of the bead. Pull the tail. Hold the baby's head. Cinch to tighten. Divide and conquer. Very nice. Pull the next bead to put that knot into position. Create the 4. Pull the tail through. Hold the cord where it comes out of the bead. Cinch to tighten. Hold the baby's head. There you go. Divide and conquer. Pull the next bead down. 2 fingers. Twist. Create the 4. Pull the tail through. Pull it through. Hold the baby's head. Cinch that knot down. Divide and conquer. Very good. Ooh, we got some twisting happening. We're going to pull that bead down. I really want to. Ooh, I need to untwist that. Oh, but I'm going to keep going. But I really should untwist that. We're going to pull the tail through that 4. Hold it where it's coming out of the bead. Cinch it tight. Hold the baby's head as we move that knot close. Then we're going to divide to cinch it down and conquer. Pull the next bead. 2 fingers. Create the 4. Slam dunk all those beads. It's getting longer, but you're getting better at this as you move along. So it's gonna get longer and it's gonna get easier. And you're only doing this with cotton cord, so it's super cheap. It's biodegradable. Divide and conquer. Look at this. Very nice. Move that next bead down. One more time. 2 fingers. Lay them down. Up and over. Create that 4. Slam dunk all those beads through. Pull the tail. Hold the cord where it comes out of the beads. Pull to tighten as much as possible. Hold the baby's head. Cinch that knot close to the bead. Lay it down. Divide and conquer. Nice. Pull the next bead down to put that knot into position. One more time. Create the 4. Slam dunk, pull the tail through. Bada bing. Divide, conquer. Move the next bead down to get that lock into position, and at the same time we are untwisting. Whew, that was overdue. That was overdue. Next one, create the 4, slam dunk, pull that tail through. We are holding the cord where it comes out, sliding that knot down while we hold the baby's head. We're going to lay it down, divide and conquer. Very good. Pull the next bead down to put that knot into position. 2 fingers, create the 4. Pull the tail through. Tighten that knot. Oh, oh. Now see, that was me getting full of myself. So before I let that knot tighten, I'm going to pull it out. And this is embroidery floss, so it's separating out on me. So I want to pull it out and get everything all even again. It's 6-strand embroidery floss, so I want to make sure everything is copacetic and all even. And it's kind of a nightmare, but it's okay because it's just practice, friends. Get it together. It's not a big deal. The wax helps here too. Again, you can just get like a cheap candle or use chapstick. You're going to run it through a few times before you start, so it's going to be well lubricated. Lubricating helps things slip through easier. It also helps strengthen the cotton. Embroidery floss is, in my humble opinion, not strong enough for regular malas. If you want to create a mala for a special purpose, like some malas are made to break eventually, so they're made to meditate with until they do break. So if you want to do a meditation for a shorter amount of time and have it break on purpose, then embroidery floss might be a good idea. Embroidery floss cotton fibers are not as long a staple fiber as other fibers, so it's just not as long wearing. There are other fibers that are way longer. Hemp, linen, silk. I know that there are many vegans out there that get really mad at me for using silk. And I would just beg you to mind your own beeswax. Yes, that was a pun. Has nothing, silk has been used for centuries, and for me, biodegradability is holy, and I do use linen, I do use cotton, I use other things, and that's I've thought long and hard about it. I've gone to school for this, and don't be mean. Thanks. Okay, thanks. Look at that. Yay, last one. And I didn't knot after the last one. So the first one and the last one are loose on the ends. And there we go.